Hi Gemini, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of October 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind, of course, this is general, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But I do also want to thank you in advance for your love and support by liking, commenting, and of course subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Definitely join this Gemini tribe as it grows by the day. But as well, to book a personal reading with myself, just reach out via email. Everything you need is down below in the description box. I'll definitely get that started for you. The message I channeled for you before beginning the reading was the success of a winner. The success of a winner. And we'll begin by pulling some cards from this deck. I do sense that you're a bit overly serious for the majority of the month, okay? Just not playing around. Not playing around. Love the way I said that. A little bit critical of oneself at certain points, potentially a bit judgmental of others, but hey, who isn't from time to time? I do feel like things are coming to you easily. Now, the fact that I just barely shuffled and all three that I was looking for came out, I do feel like you are seeing oneself accomplishing with ease, okay? People are impressed and even potentially judging you for that. It's like, it doesn't mean you took a shortcut or you just even if you found over time with the experience and knowledge you have how to do something easier than someone else, there's no need for them to be looking in that way. I would label it jealousy, but I do feel like there's a focus on your savings, on those who are potentially wearing a mask in the work environment or at home, not really appearing to be completely who they are actually within. Okay, I'm hearing based upon their past, you will learn. But I do feel like there's a focus on your fluctuating income, okay? But then there's extra money at certain points to make up for the slightly dry moments or just the moments where less is coming in. I do feel like there's expected income to a certain extent, right? But I do feel like for some, there's some big chunks and some smaller chunks, okay? Just be wise with it, plan it out, but it doesn't mean you have to budget per se, but put the majority of which aside and spend just what you need to, I feel the need to say. But I do feel like the extra money that does come in makes you smile. It reminds you that things are working out for you. Mature investment coming into play, either one from the past or one that you're about to make moving forward or perplexed about is what I'm hearing. I do sense that you're meant to think in a very strategic, analytical, mature way as to where your money is best put, okay, moving forward. And I do want to say don't overthink, but I do feel as if it's a month where you're planning, developing, creating oneself, creating for oneself and just getting ready for some important choices moving forward. Some small ones to be made throughout this month in particular, but a level of celebration taking place. The number 3 coming into play, okay, as well as the spiritual meaning of a triangle. But I do feel as if you are meant to succeed once again, and your spirituality could definitely be tied into the success that's coming to be for you individually, given that is part of the meaning of 3. But I do feel like some of you could work in retail, okay? There's some retail therapy taking place at certain points. And trust me, I get it. I do that for oneself, and it really does help at times, or at least puts a band-aid on what's taking place. But I feel like it's this vibe at times where you overwork oneself and then you want to just kind of spend your time spending money, right? Or just treating oneself. So be it, just don't overdo it. Use your intuition, okay? Tap into that intuition all the meanwhile. But I just feel like you're being praised for your experience, your worth, your value in certain ways, even if others don't fully like that that's taking place. Maybe hoping or wishing that that was coming to be for oneself. For them, but I do feel like your beauty is coming into play, being viewed as very attractive, okay, taking care of oneself and therefore glowing in a lot of ways. I did hear as well when I first was channeling messages, radiant energy, okay, and I really feel like there's a radiant glow about you, okay. Some of you thinking about retirement or preparing for that down the line, regardless of where you are along your path. And I do sense that you're completing work when need be. But I also sense that you're thinking about past money blockages or blocks these days. There could be a delay in money coming in at a certain point that just feels like a bit of an annoyance, okay? But I do sense that some of you are being pushed to recognize that you're financially sound and that everything's coming in as it's meant to, okay? As it's meant to. I do feel like you want to travel, okay? Being pushed to think about travel from the past out of preparation for what lies ahead in general. But I also just feel like there's an important trip for you, whether it's business oriented or just they're saying for leisure, for fun. It's going to be important for your soul transformation, your path, for what you're meant to accomplish in general, okay? But I do feel as if some of you are thinking about seasonal work, okay, or just temporary work. But yeah, making choices once again, and you could be contemplating a job change or thinking back to a past job change. Let's pull from the Gilded Tarot and see what we get. Money is to be made is what I'm hearing. Money is to be made. Okay, don't gamble throughout the month though, because I feel as if what they're trying to say is the upcoming months surpassing October, where will be more advantageous in that category if you so choose. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I do really sense that you're thinking about a new opportunity, but at the very least, your money is on your mind, okay? And naturally, I feel like there's part of you that just knows things are going to work out deep down, but then there's another part of you or a small part of you or certain influences from other people or even from reminders of your past make you a little bit worried. But I do feel like you have the innate ability to manifest through a level of hope and optimism and just moving forward and doing what you have to do. Pairing that with and co-creating with spirit and what they have the ability to create in your physical reality, okay, is going to leave you with what you desire. I know that was wordy, but I can tell it was well put. The Ten of Pentacles coming out. Okay, that was key wording. I know that was a bit wordy, but I can tell it was well put. There's a confidence about you. There's a way about you where it's like, yeah, I'm glowing at this time. I'm radiant. I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm doing it well. So please let me do my job, okay? Or just make sure to remember to tune into or acknowledge my business creations. I'm getting a very cocky vibe about you, and don't take that in the wrong manner. I am a Leo, so I totally get that. But I do feel as if you are being pushed to, once again, as we go back to that Mask card, there are some rats or one particular one in your midst. Just be strategic as to who you update, right? When it comes to certain choices or changes you're thinking about. At times it can be easy to get comfortable with certain people at work or at home, or even just want to say friends, okay? Friends, or people you think are your friends who are meant to, when, you know, you can get comfortable where in conversations where you start to outwardly express what you're thinking about moving forward and doing, right? Choosing, changing. But I do feel like there's a push to keep one's thoughts and decisions to oneself when it ties into your money, okay? Or even your career, because you could find that next, you know, there's a bit of, what's it called, that phone game where it travels from one person to the next in the work situation or through friends, and it gets to the wrong person in an incorrect way, okay? Yeah, I just feel like you could be prevented by spirit, a little level of protection from doing so, okay, or over speaking. Could be pushed to just simply step away from a conversation at a certain point. But it's up to you to use your discernment, trust your intuition, and just keep it on the down low in that sense. Okay, move in silence until you succeed, but don't be afraid to get your voice out there in other important ways. The Hierophant coming out, because I do feel as if, again, change is on the mind. Spirituality is wrapped up in your month in one way, shape, or form. I do feel like you're not, not shy to, is what they're saying, to be you, all right? But I do sense, or not shy to make a change. But I do feel as if you're tuning into tarot readings, you're potentially visiting a psychic or something of the sort. You could be wrapped up in that type of work for oneself. But I do feel as if, okay, orbs are coming into play. You're wanting more insight on the truth or on what lies ahead, okay? Clarity will come to be only if you seek it. But I do feel like for some of you, it may not be beneficial to seek that clarity, okay? Just let it be. The future is where your hope lies, or should. We have the Six of Pentacles, beautiful. I just sense that there's a lot of abundance flowing in for you, and it's gratifying, it's fulfilling, okay? It helps you slow down and smell the roses, or at least you should be. But I do feel like as they show me money raining, okay, falling down from the sky, you're meant to allow for the abundance to rain on in. And at times you do need to put a little bit of effort in, as they show somebody putting their hand out and catching a dollar bill. You need to, instead, or a piece of cash, just allow for yourself to just accept that you deserve whatever you're acquiring, regardless of what people have to say or what takes place in other people's minds, or you know what I mean? Because I feel like in the midst of you achieving and succeeding in a lot of ways, you are mastering, okay? But there could be a little bit of jealousy, negativity coming through, okay? Naysayers. Some of you are meant for a true level of fame. But I do feel like there's a true reminder that you're meant to have a lot of choices, and you're meant to have the busy schedule you have throughout the month, okay? Or just whatever's on your plate, because you can handle it, okay? And you're meant to do it well. And I feel like a lot of it's out of preparation again. The choices and all that's on your plate for what lies ahead in the future. Bright future, to say the least, is what I'm hearing. There may be a level of frustration either stemming from you or boiling up within you from annoying people you work with, or just, again, that negativity flowing towards you. But I feel like there could be a very abrupt energy kind of individual that you work with or live with, or both, right? Where it's just like, can you fix your energy, please? Thank you. Trying to get this done. But I do sense that in the center of your reading, we have the Knight of Pentacles. It's because you were so damn independent. It's because you're strong, you're bold, you're confident, and you're doing what has to get done, okay? But there's a focus on, again, at least thinking about, if not prepping for in certain ways, thinking about your money situation and how you need to save out of respect for, out of benefit for, whatever is going to be this 10 of Cups lifestyle for you. Change up in your living situation. It could be, you know, in order to up and shift to a new job for one reason or another. But I just feel as if, or it could be a different financial investment. There are just sweet results and levels of abundance flowing in, and it pushes to think about what's important at that time out of respect for your future, okay? And out of respect for your comfort to keep doing what you need to do. So don't be surprised when, okay, gratuity comes in or donations come in, but I do feel like flashbacks to the past. Just do your best to keep the motivation alive as you proceed with your month, okay? Things are falling into place, and it just feels quite obvious to those around you, but I just feel like you're being pushed to inform oneself, do a little bit of research, right? Narrow down the options that you do have ahead of time, all right? Or just in general. So that way, when the time comes to solidify throughout the month, when the time comes to make it happen, you won't need to overly stress or make a quick decision, okay? It'll just be like, yeah, I already kind of planned that one out before, right? But I just feel like you're being pushed to enjoy oneself throughout the month, where it doesn't feel as natural to enjoy yourself while working. It just feels like you're overly serious, again, buckling down, getting it done. When you're with friends or when you're socializing, that's when you'll be more so expressing oneself in a fun way. But it just feels like you will see the benefits of enjoying oneself while producing and developing, while achieving. And I feel as if people will see you as somebody who's not to be messed with in a lot of ways, okay? But I just feel like you long for more, and you're simply going to put in the effort and do what you need to do once again, and that's why you're succeeding. But I feel like it has a lot more to do with your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience up until this point along your path. It's like every job or every skill set you've gained over time is added up to help you easily accomplish and benefit from the work you're producing and developing throughout this month, or have been previous to it, all right? So let's finish up with this deck here, this small money and career deck. Let me move this over for Gemini. Two coming out. Look at that, the best of the best in the center, a true leader. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one over here. Remember, you set the tone to an extent, is what I'm getting. Public recognition, okay? Not all of it ends up being 100% positive, but I feel like people are recognizing you, okay? But I feel like the majority of which is positive. Confident success, absolutely. Put that right here. What else do we have for Gemini? Okay, sudden windfall, beautiful. And one more for the board. Money-making machine. Yeah, motivated to say the least, hardworking. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your month, and I'll see you next time.